Chapter 2. Beelzebub. Beelzebub is trying to tie his tie in the bathroom mirror, a cigarette hanging from his lip, sunlight streaming in the windows. "You're horrible at that," Michael observes, coming into the bathroom, setting an ashtray down on the counter. "Turn." "We usually have valets who dress us," he says. "It's only when I'm off with you that I have to do all of this myself." "A valet, huh? What's their name?" Michael asks, with a smile in the mirror. "Houster. He's a duke." Beelzebub rolls his eyes. "Fourth in line for the throne, actually." "Interesting." Beelzebub turns and watches the taller angel fix the tie with ease. "There." Michael sets his collar, but his angelic fingers linger on his neck. "You can't go back to hell looking like hell now, can you?" Beelzebub shrugs and turns to the mirror and checks his face and fixes his hair. "Got a meeting with There's a snap correction. The boss in a few hours." He rolls his eyes, looking away. "Maybe I can nap on my throne for a bit. I'll be fine." "Do you have one? A throne?" Beelzebub nods. "Made of dark stone, red cushions. I'll bring a photo of it next time to show you." "I would have thought Lucifer would have been the one on a throne," Michael shrugs. "Seeing as he's the king and all." This keeps happening. He keeps misspeaking. "Look, the boss has more important things that he's doing. I rule hell and I'm in charge. He isn't. Not anymore. He doesn't need to let on that he calls Lucifer father, or his mother's existence either." "Ah, so you are my counterpart, then?" Michael smiles. There's an inflection in the way he says it, like he's just discovered something new. "Indeed. And how is it?" Beelzebub taps his cigarette on the ashtray. "How is it you and I cannot find time for ourselves when we're running the entire show? Someone needs to explain that to me, 'cause I'd like to know the damned answer." "There are too many people watching what we are doing. If I spend more than a day or so away from heaven, Gabriel will ask questions." Michael shrugs. "Raphael, too." Beelzebub frowns, leaning on the counter. "And what explanation do you owe them?" "They are my brothers," said as if he couldn't think to hurt them. "The general's directly under me, and if they are asking questions, the others are too. Ariel, Cassiel, Jophiel." Michael seems upset by that last one. "He's a gossip hound, that one." "They're not your keepers," Beelzebub says firmly. "I told my brother I was coming to Earth, and I came." He gestures around. "I wanted to be here. I made that happen." "You were also late," Michael teases, but Beelzebub likes how the light sparkles in his golden eyes when he does so. "Yes, well, I made it here, didn't I?" Michael leans down, meeting his lips in answer. The kiss is so good, and Beelzebub nearly loses his balance. "Back in the bed. I want you again." It tumbles out before the prince can recant it. "I can't," Michael laments. "I have to go." It sounds to Beelzebub like he's still trying to convince himself of that one. "Fuck them," Beelzebub says. "One more hour. Stay with me." He's not begging. No, not really. A prince wouldn't beg, would he? Michael looks frustrated now. "I can't, my love." Beelzebub lets him go and walks out of the bathroom. He grabs his watch off the bedside counter and is slipping it on his wrist when Michael appears. Come on." Beelzebub's eyes flash deep red. He lowers his head and shakes off the headache that comes with being called home. "Shit," he mutters. "Are you all right?" Michael asked with deep concern. Yes, of course I am. It's fine. Beelzebub turns with a smile, putting on his brave face. I know I have to go too. He shrugs. I just thought, maybe... But we're out of time for today, it seems. His eyes flash again, and he raises his hand to hide the change in brightness. His father must be screaming his name. Michael comes forward, taking his hand to twist it away, kissing him hard. Tonight, book the room again. I'll get Ariel to cover my appointments. Do you mean that? Beelzebub looks at him, and his voice is a breath of awe. Of course, my love, but just this once. It will be a while before I can afford to do something like this again. Beelzebub hates the sound of that. Deal. He nods sagely. But we get room service. There's no room to debate it. I must have room service. What's room service? Michael asks curiously. Beelzebub smiles. You'll see. Go on. We'll meet back here tonight. Say 6? Michael nods. Closer to 7, maybe 8, but I'll be here. Good. Beelzebub nods and watches the angel gather his things and teleport out of the room. Beelzebub rubs at his chest to push away the ache that he feels. He has to get a handle on that feeling of loss. It won't serve him. Beelzebub cracks his neck and adjusts his tie one last time before he does the same, appearing in the great throne room. His eyes look around. The thrones are empty. This is where he has been summoned to. And where have you been? Beelzebub flinches and turns around to meet her blue eyes standing in the doorway. Mother, Beelzebub holds up his hands. Your father has been calling on you. Where were you? Lilith comes to him to straighten his hair and his lapels. You're an absolute sight. She smooths out wrinkles on his jacket before buttoning it in front of his shirt. I was upstairs. Beelzebub smiles. Took a night off. Gonna take tonight off, too. He pulls his cigarette case out and taps it against the heel of his hand. What's going on? You need to see your father before he takes Leviathan's head clean off his shoulders, she insists. Go on. Beelzebub frowns. What did Levi do? Your brother? Nothing. Your father is just in a piss-poor mood, and it's because you're not here to handle things. Lilith's eyes narrow. He's not happy, that's for damn sure, and it has nothing to do with you running off yesterday. Beelzebub shrugs. I was meeting someone. I do that, you know. Have meetings with people. Make sure your dalliances don't come before the throne, or your father will remove you from it. He meets her eyes, and she smiles at him, softens. Handsome. She fixes his hair further. Go to him. Be repentant, she advises. Yes, mother. He bows his head. I will. I will make sure Asmodeus can take over for you tonight. She smiles and cups his face, lifting it to look into his eyes. It's about time with you. She smiles so brightly. I'm happy that you've found it. About time for what? Beelzebub turns. Found what, mother? A kiss to his forehead, and she walks off. Beelzebub sighs and pushes forward into the main hall, where Lucifer is seated at the dining table with a glass of wine. His brother Leviathan stands beyond the table, hand on his sword. Where were you? Lucifer's tone is dark. On earth with an angel, he shrugs. Why else would I go other than to get laid? He knows he cannot lie to this demon, Lucifer, his demonic father and king, though he does not have to offer the entirety of his truth to him. Leviathan, you're dismissed. Father, brother. Leviathan bows to both before exiting out of a door on the far side of the room. When they are alone, Lucifer says, We have a problem. He turns his red eyes to Beelzebub, who nods, letting Lucifer know he can go on. A demon destroyed an angel. Heaven has asked for reparations. He motions a hand to an open folder. Which demon killed what angel? Beelzebub walks up, putting his silver case into his jacket pocket. He stands still, waiting. Lucifer pushes the papers on the table over to him. Nergal, one of yours, I think. Lucifer shakes his head. Killed an angel. He claims it was an accident, but we received a holy summons to the empty realm to talk terms. The empty realm is a small pocket world that angels and demons could both exist in safely. It was used for almost all negotiations and was held in control by death. This was all well and good. It kept the appearance of balance on both sides. Which angel? Beelzebub keeps his stance loose as he thumbs through the papers. An angel named Mathias, Lucifer explains. A watcher. He takes his wine glass and takes a drink. Beelzebub turns around. Shit, and where is Nergal now? Being held in the empty realm by heaven in a cage. Heaven wishes a trial prosecuted by Raguel and Phanuel, their justice and judgment angels. Beelzebub rolls his eyes. Will heaven allow demonic counsel? Yes, they have agreed that he may have a demonic counselor, but he may only speak to that counselor, not us. Lucifer sits back. I will speak with Lucas immediately. Lucifer looks to be considering things. Beelzebub's eyes flit back from his father to the papers. Beelzebub, he meets his father's eyes. You will never again ignore my summons. Am I clear? Lucifer says calmly, rolling the wine glass between the palms of his hands. You will return the moment I summon you, or I will force you back here. Beelzebub knows that Lucifer would have to unhitch his powers from their mother. He does not see it happening, but it is a real threat. Yes, Father, you've made yourself clear. Beelzebub bows far lower than necessary. My king. He swallows. Lucifer stands, comes to him, placing a hand on Beelzebub's shoulder. If you again ignore my summons, I will teleport you back here myself, and whoever is with you. Am I understood? Perfectly, Father. Beelzebub drops to his knee and bows low. Lucifer lowers his hand and walks away, footfalls echoing back into the royal household's chambers. Shit! Beelzebub lets out a breath he hadn't realized he'd held for so long. He braces his hand on his chest. Funk! He turns, gathering up all the documentation before pushing it into the folder and leaving out the door Leviathan had exited out of. He has to find Lucas.